What's up everybody, Kier Gomes here, and welcome back. As most of you know, I recently received a channel sponsor from a playing card and magic retailer based in Germany called 52 Wonders. So first package came in a couple of days ago and I could not wait to get this video out. So today we're taking a look at the Big Boy #2 playing cards by Gemini Decks and USPCC. We are going to take a closer look at the cards, and as well, as you can see from the trailer, I am going to be teaching you an awesome color change that I use all the time. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's something that I'm really excited to share with you. So without further ado, let's roll that intro and get you guys on your way. So the Big Boy #2 playing cards by Gemini Decks. I can tell you right now, cellophane, gonna be an issue. Oh, wait. Never mind, I stand corrected. All right, so the front of the tuck case, you can see it kind of has this tuxedo die, game dice kind of feel. Made in the USA, right there on the front. The bottom says Gemini, top says poker size playing cards. One side says playing cards #2, Big Boy, supreme quality, made in the USA. As you can see on the back, you do get a little bit of a preview of what the back design of the cards looks like, which I'm a huge fan of, so spoiler alert, that's the back design. You can also see it says #2 Big Boy, has some ad copy by Gemini Decks, and these were designed by Thomas Pinston, who designs a lot of decks of cards for Gemini. You do get a custom seal. It's just a square, it says Big Boy, and it's got these repeating circle patterns around it. Inside the tuck flaps, 2 B's for Big Boy. All right, so this is what the back design of the cards look like. You can see it is a mirrored image, so whether you have it this way or this way, doesn't matter. The Big Boy #1 deck looked pretty much the same, only instead of red, it was purple. Look at that fan. Ooh, I love that. All right, so you can see you have these golden dots at the top, bottom, and both sides, as well as this repeating symmetrical pattern. I love this. My big thing with the back design is the colors. I absolutely love these colors. I think they look really good, really clean. If you're somebody that likes to match your cards to your outfit, which I'm not that kind of person, but if you are, these will go with a multitude of different things. So if you're wearing black, if you're wearing white, if you're wearing this kind of green, if you're wearing red, doesn't matter. All right, so these cards are printed on USPCC crushed stock, so they are pretty thin. They don't require a lot of breaking in because they're crushed, so they're kind of just good to go right out of the box, which I really appreciate. Nice. All right, so with this deck, you are gonna get a couple of things. First, you're gonna get a Big Boy ad card. It has the back design and then this beautiful gold, same gold as the dots on here. Beautiful gold face, just says Big Boy, produced by Gemini. Has some ad copy, so nice. Also gonna get a Thomas Pinston ad card. That's his signature, and then a caricature of Thomas Pinston. All right, you're also gonna get 2 identical Jokers. It is a kind of South Park-like caricature, and just says the Joker. I love these Jokers. I think they look really, really nice. It's cool. Your Ace of Spades is gonna be a symmetrical spade pip with red and black in it. It says Big Boy, another caricature. A lot of branding going on in this deck, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then as well, you can see the font and pips. The index are completely custom. This is what the 2 of spades looks like the 8 of spades. You get the idea. The court cards are also completely custom. You can see it is, again, this kind of South Park nutcracker toy kind of look. It looks pretty cool. Again, I'm a magician, so I couldn't use this deck for magic, but I really, really like the illustration that went into it. One thing that I'm definitely not a fan of, though, is the spade pips. They don't really look like spades. This is what the diamonds look like. Clubs. The clubs actually look pretty cool. Those are all right. And the hearts. If you're into cardistry, this is definitely a deck that you're gonna want to own. It looks really good. It feels so good. If you know me, you know I love to spring cards. This is what they look like in a spring. A fan, they look really nice. You can see it kind of just has that red popping. It contrasts really nice with that kind of teal. I think it's teal. I'm gonna switch the angle so you can see what they look like in a giant fan and a spread, and we'll play with the cards a little bit more. So you can see in a spread, you can see all of the colors that are on the back design of the cards. That looks really good. I think actually in a spread is where these cards really, really get to pop. As well, you can see the features of the back design really well in a spring. Let's see what a giant fan looks like. Seems like the cards fare out best from bottom to top. Ooh, nice, look at that. Definitely look good in a giant fan. Of course, if you're interested in picking these up, you should head on over to 52-wonders.com. Pick these up and as well explore around and see what other playing card needs they might be able to fulfill just for you. All right, so as you can see from the trailer, today we are going to be learning the Erdnase change. The Erdnase change was originally taught in the Expert at the Card Table. Written under the alias of S.W. Erdnase, nobody knows who really wrote it for sure. There are theories all over the place. If you're interested in discussing that with me, I'm a huge fan of that conspiracy, so if you're interested, let's discuss it down in the comments. All right, now the mechanics of the Erdnase change are very similar to a lot of different color changes, and there's different variations that you can do depending on what's comfortable for you or what you think looks the best. But essentially, anytime you're doing a color change, you're either going to be adding a card or taking a card away to create the illusion that the card has changed. In the case of the Erdnase change, this is what it's going to look like. We can cut the deck. I'll show it to you first and then we'll learn it. So, okay, we have the Jack of Hearts here. You can see the Jack of Hearts. If I just wave my hand, it changes into the 10 of Spades. All right, now that is the simplest way to do the color change. It's pretty beginner level. It doesn't require a lot. The only prerequisites that you really have is you're going to need to be comfortable getting a double lift if you want to do it that way. If you're not comfortable doing a double lift, you can just turn the deck face up and do it that way. If you're going to use this in a Magic performance, I would definitely say get comfortable either doing the pinky count or what I do, which is the push off double lift, where I just push off 2 cards, square them up and turn them over as 1 card. Okay, so you can see I actually have 2. Okay, so once you have your double lift, you just turn it over. What I do is I like to leave the cards, of course it looks like it's supposed to be 1 card, so leave it about I would say 2/3 of an inch, about 2/3 of an inch up from the deck so that it looks like this. The reason you're going to do this is because it's going to make more sense when you go to do the change, because it does require a little bit of hand movement and it can look awkward if you don't position yourself correctly. So once you're here, you want to have the deck in an elevated mechanics grip at first, and then you just kind of want to plop it down into a regular mechanics grip, okay? So let's say you're doing this as part of a Magic trick. So what you would want to do would be say, okay, your card is the 5 of Spades, right? Kind of give them a moment to look at it. Obviously, it's not going to be their card. In that offbeat, you just kind of push the cards down so that they're completely square with the deck. They'll say, no, that wasn't my card. You can say, okay, well, let's try something else. Show your hand is empty. What I do is I put you see these lines in my finger about midway down? I put those kind of halfway up the deck, so your hand's here. Then with that, you're going to get a little bit of a grip and you're going to push 1 card forward. Now it's important that you leave your hand down, because if you lift up, you're going to flash whatever their card is, right? So you push up like that, and in that same motion with the meat of your hand here, kind of this pillow of your hand, you're going to get contact with the bottom card and you're going to pull it out into a palm, okay? So now you're here and you have their card here. So let's go through that again so far. We're going to do a double lift. Card's about a 1/4 inch up from the bottom. You're going to say, okay, I have your card here. It's the 2 of Hearts. They're going to say, no, that's not it. Remember, you push it down and square it up. You're going to go, okay, that's interesting. Hands empty. You're going to make contact with the pillow of your hand and drag out that bottom card. So now you can show not their card, right? And then when you wave your hand, all you're really doing is taking here, we'll do it this way. All you're really doing, so when you push the card up and you palm it off, right? Now all you're doing is moving your hand over here, dropping it, and then using these fingers to square it up and maintain that mechanics grip. You can always, of course, add your own flair to it. To show you kind of in a trick how I would do it, I would start with the deck face up like this, and I would have the spectator name a card. So I would spread through, and let's say that they name the King of Hearts, okay? So I would leave the King of Hearts into the middle, control it to the top, so now the King of Hearts is here on the top, which they don't know, right, unbeknownst to them. Then I'm gonna get a double lift. I'm gonna say, okay, here we go, your card came to the top. Oh, that's not it, is it? They're gonna go, no. You can show your hand is empty and you go, well, hang on, let's try something. I can fix this. You just make contact, palm it off, slide it, wave your hand. I always kind of drag my finger as if, you know, I'm drawing it on, and then I'll kind of rub my fingers like that, and then you can show the King of Hearts. Now, another really good way of doing this, if you're not comfortable with the double lift, is you can have a spectator name a card, doesn't matter which one. You can control it second from the bottom. The cleanest way to do that, in my opinion, would be either like a reversed Marlowe tilt where you control it second from the bottom. That would be like if they selected the 7 of clubs. Look like you're putting it in the middle. Really, you're doing a pinky pull down, sliding it second from the bottom. It looks like it's going in the middle. Turn the deck over, and then you can execute the change from there, right? Now, a little bit more advanced version of the Erdnase change, depending on your style, would be once you've pushed the card up and you're going to drag this one and palm it off, would be kind of just bring your hand down here, show this, right? So you need a little bit of crowd management or misdirection. Show this and go, okay, so that's not your card. Well, we can do that and we're done. That's a good way to do it if you really just want to dress up the change and add a little bit more rather than this. You can create a little bit more of like a theatrical moment by pushing it up, palming it off, dropping your hand down here and going, okay, so that's not it. That's interesting. Let's see about now. That is the Erdnase change. Well, guys, there was your review of the Big Boy number 2 playing cards, as well as a tutorial on a fun color change that you can start practicing right away. One thing I will recommend with this color change is if you're going to be doing it for the camera, practice a couple of times with your angles. There are times when you flash, whether it's like this or you leave some windows and you can see that. Definitely practice it first, and if you're going to be doing it live, I would highly recommend starting by having a spectator looking down at your hands before you're doing it either sideways or at an angle. It's better if at first they're looking right down at your hands, because that'll get you comfortable with being able to palm off that card without having any issues. I would like to thank my sponsor, 52 Wonders, once again for sponsoring this video and for sending me this awesome deck of cards that allows me to teach you guys some stuff. All right, guys, well, that's going to do it for us here today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I know I will. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Let's go.